I'm recording too. Goodbye. Goodbye space on my hard drive. Okay. Hopefully I don't ruin everything like I always do. Okay.
So we're live, right?
Yes, we are live. Why are we Kesney?
All right, this is the inaugural stream on your channel, right?
This is the first stream actually ever.
Holy cow.
Alright, so we are just about to get started. This is going to be the scrim of Pandamonium versus Gamefist, also known as Kesney versus the world. We're going to be starting this on out on Subway. The first objective is this right here in the middle platform. It's going to be an interesting one, I think. Gamefist has been around for quite a while. If I am not mistaken, they're both bronze teams.
I believe that's the case, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that pandas are, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Gamefist is.
Yeah, pandas are. It's going to be kind of interesting. If people don't know, Pandamonium is kind of like our little sister team. We help them out, we help them scrim, we give them advice. And I'm not sure if it's exactly the same way, but I know Gamefist has a close relation with Bossfist, or not Bossfist, Boss Fight, or Boss Fudge as they like to say. So that'll be interesting, and see who can come out on top here. I'm just waiting. Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say it's just a good thing getting that scrim experience in. We've both been saying this to the pandas, but obviously the wider world doesn't know this, but just been telling them get as many matches in as you can. It's really what counts, especially your first season. You just need to, in some sense, get all the mistakes out, learn the hard way as much as you can, and then, future seasons you don't have to make those mistakes. You can start getting better.
Right. Yeah. If you game it too much, or you think you're the best and don't scrim, don't play, you're not going to get better, right? So this is going to help them out immensely, more than anything else could, for sure. I totally agree. So for the lineups, we're still waiting on Gamefist to join the match, but at least 4 players from Pandamonium have joined. We have White Fang, we have Kesney, Nexus, and Reinhardt.
Or as we like to say, Kesney and all of his victims.
Yeah,
naturally.
all the victims. So, what do you think is going to happen this round, or this game, I should say, of Subway?
Well, one thing I'll say is that Kesney has been working quite a bit on the shield game, and unlike Mayhem, which it kind of surprised me this emerged, but they are starting to work a lot on their shield metagame. So my suspicion is that that's what we're going to see a lot of here, because Subway is kind of a traditionally very shield strong map, even though, as I'm sure you remember, there are certain people on our team who think that is not the case, but that is at least the way that pandas play it, and that's the way a lot of shield oriented teams play it.
Yeah, they are very heavy on the shields. I think they have 3 players that more or less practice with the shield, 2 main ones, and one kind of off player that uses it every now and again.
Wow, yeah, I didn't even remember that part, but you're right.
Yeah, they do like their shields, and they use it quite a lot. Mostly Kesney, but it is a strategy they like to use. Oh, okay, Gamefist is joining the match now. We also have Douchebaggins on Pandamonium. We also have us joining Stitch, Sarge Maze, Drun Kings for Gamefist. And
yes,
a few more
Douchebaggins
just coming right on in.
Douchebaggins, aka D-Baggins, when he's playing VRML.
Yeah.
We're not in VRML right now, are we?
We're not. We can do what we want, when we want, how we want.
Yeah. Mom's not here to tell us to clean up our room today.
Yeah. Alright, so we also have Blizzard Vark and Torventor. So it'll just be a few more minutes before the match gets set off here. Alright. I do need to get that little streamer screen thing. That would be good right now, wouldn't it?
You mean the like intermission screen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be good. It'd be real good.
Yeah, but we don't have it.
We don't, or I don't. That's just how professional I am.
This is amateur hour over here, I swear.
Pretty much literally.
But at least we can look at things like the missing cat posters. We can admire the kook machines that are all over the place. And of course, my favorite, the cucumber.
That is a delicious drink, so you just stay away from that.
Just like, what's in a cucumber drink? I'm assuming cucumber plays a dominant role there.
Yeah.
But there's something else. There's something else in there, and I just don't know if I trust that.
Well, there's actually a couple things. There's actually a hint of raspberry. Very good. Very good. And actually some black pepper as well.
Oh, God. Sounds awful.
It's new agey, okay?
There is this sort of lemonade type drink that some Indian restaurants serve, and as much as I love Indian food, it's one of my favorite types of food. They serve it with, it's got this real bitter sort of flavor, and then they serve it with black pepper in the drink.
Ugh.
And it is disgusting. I don't know how anybody drinks it.
Yeah. I don't eat Indian that often, so I've never had that, but it does sound terrible, I do say.
Alright, so do the pandas have the signal that we're ready to go?
Nope. Can you tell them for me?
Yep. Okay, just gave them the signal. Should be ready to rock momentarily.
Alrighty.
What we really need right now are the panda facts, so I'm going to pull some up while we're waiting.
Are you telling me you haven't memorized panda facts?
I've got a few, but I want to save the really good ones. I don't want to just give them away right away.
Fair enough.
Oh, here's one of my favorites that came up when I was Googling it. Did you know that a giant panda is much bigger than your teddy bear?
That is something I didn't know.
Wow.
Maybe I just had big teddy bears.
My last teddy bear was about 7 feet tall and weighed about 800 pounds, so
Yeah.
I find that surprising.
Who didn't have that, when they were growing up?
Losers, that's who.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, I think we're just now waiting on Kesney to prepare his team-killing kit.
I just realized that the missing cat only has 3 legs.
Wait a second. I don't believe you. Let me
It's
see
true.
here.
I never had
Abby
the...
cat with 3 legs. Oh my god.
Poor cat.
He's a tripod.
Yeah, pretty much.
The other day I saw a dog running around, and I've seen dogs with kind of like the wheelchair back end,
Yeah, I've seen that too.
but this was the first time I'd seen a dog with a wheelchair front end. So it had both of his hind legs, but his front legs were missing, but this was an incredibly happy dog, I will say.
Dogs will, persevere through anything. It's kind of amazing that they could do front legs, they can do back legs. Just wondering how far in the future it'll be until they can have like a Neuralink and do no legs. And just have like a little scooter.
Uh-oh. They wanted me to say that we should focus on the spawn for Marsoc.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump on somebody at the beginning.
Okay, make sure you're on the Marsoc spawn when you get in. That's all I'm gonna say.
Alrighty.
Let's see. What are I don't remember the spawn point. They're gonna be coming up behind Chinatown, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I'll just jump on top of them and follow in Kazan. You can see him do whatever he's gonna do. Maybe he's gonna like team kill everybody.
That's what I would guess. Okay, yeah, they're all in the south alley behind.
Alrighty. Kesney is laying down.
Oh, good morning. Oh, gosh. What time is it? Oh, where are we?
Our little
Hey,
actors.
Mono. Good morning, Mono.
Good morning, Kesney.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah, for anybody that's not aware, Mono just woke up.
Oh, yeah, I got my beauty sleep.
Mm-hmm.
All
And
right,
then
so
some.
we're getting started here. We have 2 going north, 2 going south. One was going into the horseshoe. It looks like it didn't go well for them. Yeah, you got to be careful going down those stairs, as they can shoot your legs before you can get there.
So it looks like there's a shield push down the north stairs. And they have people going down the south stairs, it looks like, as well. Or no, excuse me. They're going
they're in
underground.
Yep, they're underground. I'm following them right now. They're pushing across here. Okay. So just probing attacks here. They've already lost 1 member. They gotta get their picks back. Otherwise it's gonna be really difficult.
Douche and Reinhardt appear to be splitting responsibilities on the 2 subterranean staircases.
Right, Reinhardt is pushing up now on the south stair.
Douche and Stidge are about to have a confrontation.
Douche and Stitch.
At the south.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
Torvinator takes out Nexus first.
not looking good for the Pandas. We got a pretty nice defense from Gamefist here. They're covering all the angles. They're ready for anything. They're not peeking too much. This is good. Even have a guy prone over there. D-Bayins is coming up the stairs now. He's not going to really be able to see anything because they're all tucked into the tunnels. Oh, I take that back. He gets one in the south train. Stitch is down. Very good. Torvinator and Kesney trade shots. Oh, actually, Reinhardt.
Oh. Nice
D-Bagon's
shot.
on a roll, taking out Torvinator. Just peeking up, taking people out, and going back in before anyone can get him. Blizzard Vark takes out Reinhardt. And John Keynes takes out Kesney.
I don't think Douche knows he's alone now.
I don't think so either.
So one thing that could be learned about this situation is Douche just took out 2 people in the same spot and he didn't rotate. So everybody could just kind of focus on him coming out of that staircase.
Yep. I could learn how to use cameras better. That's something we could learn too.
Oh, we already knew that part.
Yeah, that was terrible. Terrible.
So coming out of the south staircase was Douche Baggins after he'd already taken out, I believe, 2 defenders, at least 1. And in that situation, he could have rotated down to the north staircase and really surprised them. He would be a little further from objective, but it'd still be a better move than staying in the same place where everybody was focusing. That's why you scrim, so you can make mistakes like that. It's not a big deal.
Right. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately for the Pandas, they were kind of disjointed a little bit. Everyone was getting taken out one by one. Notably, D-Baggins got 2 kills there, pretty good. But everyone else was just tucked in too much for the Pandas. You'd really got to check those corners on Subway for sure.
While we're waiting, let's go through some more panda facts. Did you know that an adult panda can eat up to 38 kilos of bamboo per day?
Yeah, they're between that and the costs associated with basically renting them from China, they're the most expensive zoo animal on the planet, more than elephants even.
That is insane.
Yeah, it's a lot of bamboo as well. You must not get bored of eating the same thing over and over again if you eat that much bamboo.
Sounds like pandas don't care much about variety.
It's kind of interesting how humans do care so much about variety, but everything else does not.
Yeah. Remind me to tell you about guinea pigs in Variety, because they are the absolute worst about that.
I got my fucking wrong loadout.
Oh, they forgot night vision
go,
on
we got it.
Gamefist. They're going anyway.
Yeah, indeed.
That's always a tragedy.
Alright, well, here we go.
Interesting. Gamefist is sending out 2 LMGs in the same place. Let's see. They're
probably
going.
gonna get the. Yeah, they're going north here.
Yeah.
Being really careful. The rest looks like they're going underground for the most part. They're smoking through the ceiling. They got a shield as well. Let's see, who's here to stop this push? Reinhardt's just around the corner, hiding behind the fizzy Coke machine. We got 2 probing north and 1 slowly also going underground, it looks like. What do you think of this defense?
Yeah, I've been watching the offensive movements mostly, but
It's an interesting defense, I think.
yeah.
They
I'm
don't
not
like
sure
the
I've ever-
tunnels very much.
I'm a little surprised they're leaving that open.
Alright, we got some combat going on in the tunnels. D. Baggins is shooting down the subway tunnel in the basement. White Fang took out. Who was that? Did you see that? Sarge Mast takes out Nexus. Confirms his kill. Very good.
Sarge May's in kind of a precarious position now because they know where he is. I mean, he's out in the open. I'm a little surprised I'm not seeing any lasers hitting him right now.
Yeah. Stitch takes out D. Baggins. Now they can push up. Oh, this is tough, man. There's a lot going on.
I just realized we have Kesney as one of the team names.
Yeah, I was asking that earlier. Oh, Torventor's got a shield. He's there in the tunnel right next to objective. Reinhardt is ready to catch him if he goes out. Gives his position away. Sarge May's in a great position to cover him. Get Reinhardt's attention or take him out if he's not careful. White Fang takes out Stitch.
Nice.
Kesney, ooh, with the double kill on Drunkings and Torventor, had that tunnel under control, and just like that, Gamefist is down to 1 member against the 3 of Kesney's victims. Alright, so Sarge Mace is looking at the code. Oh, he's trying to cap! He's trying to cap!
Oh, Reinhardt tried to go for a knife right
He
there.
still might get the cap! He take him out! There, he doesn't finish his kill. He's getting the cap in. And he gets the cap off.
Reinhardt. Dude, Reinhardt got greedy there. He tried to go for the shield knife.
Oh.
Oh, man. Good thing it's just a scrim.
That was, yeah. Pandas, you gotta work on that. You
Always
don't
get
get
the
knife
kill.
greedy. Yeah, don't get knife greedy, especially when they're capping.
Yeah, first priority is always just get the kill. The knife is nice if you can get away with it, but that was, you're running into somebody with a knife. Like, you should probably just shoot the guy.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Alright, so now we got the basement objective. This is gonna be tough for Pandas to take this back, as this is one of the tougher objectives to attack. But if they do manage it, they'll at least have another round that's hopefully in the bag. We'll see what happens.
I'm still just speechless after watching that.
Yeah.
We need to spawn a new meme out of that. We are being neglectful if we do not.
Oh, Reinhardt. Yeah, I guess that's what Reinhardt can be known for.
Mm-hmm.
Poor pandas. I guess they will end up being trash pandas after all. Keep that up. it was their own idea, okay? I'm not that mean.
See, I'm opposed to that name change only because that's a totally different type of animal. Since we all know trash pandas are actually raccoons.
Right, exactly.
Let's see. Wow, we have some team kisses going on Gamefist between Sarge Maze and Drunk Kings.
Maybe he's drunk. Maybe they're just in love.
Such is the European way, right?
Right.
You go to France or something, people just kiss you on the cheek. It's just the way things work. And Sarge Maze just... He not only blew himself up, but he insta-killed. Wow. Did you catch that?
I did not. I didn't expect someone to blow themselves up, unfortunately.
Alright. Well, I'm recording on my side too, so maybe we can use that as some clip footage. That was hilarious.
Alright, so just like that, Gamefist is down to 4 members and down 1 C4. This will be interesting. They are opting to do a very closed-in defense. No one's going up above. We do have Drunk Kings pushing out in the tunnel, so he might catch the offense, which seems to be creeping up slowly. Reinhardt is just crawling along the floor, really taking this really seriously, very slow, ready for anything. The Reinhardt snake crawling along.
Oh man. I wasn't in the basement until you mentioned that, and yeah, he is real tactical right now.
No one's gonna see me. I'm
down.
Reinhardt.
I'm down at ground level with him right now.
Yeah, I'm just right above him. Okay, is he gonna check this corner though? Okay, he did look. Alright, so what I want to see here from Reinhardt is I want to see him looking around everywhere for C4, which it does look like he's doing. That looks really uncomfortable to do while prone. Interestingly, the defender for the tunnels has walked completely past our attackers and has not come back to check the other tunnel. So they don't even know that the people are pushing up the tunnel right now, which could be disastrous for the rest of his team.
I can't wait till he sees the body on the tracks.
We won't know. We won't know until later. Shots ring out. Deep Bagans is shooting at nothing. Just clearing.
Ooh.
Drunk King takes out Kesney. So while he wasn't defending his tunnel, he did get a pick, and it looks like he's going to get White Fang as well. If he is not careful.
Oh.
Okay. So Kesney's down. That's if you know they got an angle on his body, you probably don't want to do that. Get that res off.
And now the other guy knows there's somebody nearby as well.
Right. White Fang's trying to creep up on him, but Drunk King is just waiting. He's ready. He's in cover.
Let's see, what kind of utility does he have? Looks like he's only got smokes, so he can't flash him or anything.
Right. He's trying to trying to be sneaky, but it's pretty hard when they know you were just there. Drunk Kings is holding firm.
I mean, one tactic he could use here is just throw a smoke so he could get some audio cover, plus a little bit of visual cover. That way he could rotate. But yeah, he's playing a real dangerous game, hanging out in that angle, because Drunk Kings has a way better situation with the cover he has available to him.
Absolutely.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Meanwhile, Reinhardt is pushing out in the tunnels a little bit, probing. There is somebody at the end of the tunnel. They haven't seen each other yet, but we could have some fighting going along soon. Oh, Stitch takes out White Fang, and the Fizzy Coke defense. Reinhardt takes out Torventer, only a down. Reinhardt and D. Baggins are down. And Torventer grenades himself. There's been a lot of explosive team kills or self kills this match. But just like that, it's just down to Nexus. One revival available. But he is really far. Now, what I want to see from Nexus is maybe grab a pick here and rotate. That said, he does have a pretty good angle to continue the attack as the defenders are pretty separated from each other and unable to support one another without movement. Blizzard needs to check his self here as he's over 50% clipping. It's really hard though. Oh, but just like that, Stitch takes out Nexus. Unfortunate.
Well, unfortunately, Gamefist wins. Kesne's victims don't get to fight another round.
4-0.
To be fair, it should have been.
Yeah, should have been closer there. Reinhardt, I hope you feel bad.
We are going to shame you endlessly for that, just so you know. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. The next map will be. And let's see, we need some panda facts up in here. Pandas eat for up to 14 hours a day.
Delicious. Imagine if you could eat for 14 hours a day. That wouldn't be so bad, would it?
No, in fact, I think it's not too far off from my existence as is.
Oh, you're one of those rabbits, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Snacking.
Yeah, it's my downfall, you could say.
Alright, quarantine. Alright, so they're
Yes.
trying to practice some maps they don't often play. That's really good. Good choice, Pandas.
What are they choosing? They can choose.
Alright.
Okay,
So. Alright. Unfortunately, I don't know too much about Gamefist, so I don't know how this match is going to go. Historically, this hasn't been one of Panda's most played maps, but I think that they've been practicing, so we'll see how this goes. At least on paper.
I just hope that we continue with the bronze spice that we've been getting for the last few rounds.
We're going to be starting with a gas station objective. This one is, I think they got capped on this one last time. Is one you definitely have to watch for that quick cap, as coming around the south can be really quick and really deadly if you're not prepared for it. Rotations are key, and a proper defensive strategy is key. So we're going to see what the Pandas do coming up shortly. Forgot to grab the scores from last game at the end there, my bad.
Alright. Sorry, I had to check a few things on my setup.
That's all good.
Let's see, what else? What else do we have for the panda facts while we're waiting here? Oh, that's no good. Panda cubs can barely vocalize at all, except to say things like gee gee, which means I'm hungry, wow wow, not happy, or coo coo, nice.
Sounds like an anime.
I'm getting a little suspicious of these panda facts.
Yeah, that's a little questionable.
One thing that we know is not up for dispute is that pandas do enjoy the occasional team kill.
That is very true. You see that every day. In fact, whenever a panda is around, there's also a team kill around.
Mm-hmm. Particularly when that panda is named Kesne.
The mother panda. They take discipline very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
How about you spice it up with a guinea pig fact?
Oh, right, about guinea pigs. I was going to mention before. So guinea pigs hate change so much that I'm not kidding. I read this in a book I read about how to take care of laboratory guinea pigs. They are so set in their ways that once they decide that they like a certain water bottle, in most cases, if you give them another water bottle and they don't like it, they can potentially die of dehydration because they simply won't accept the new water bottle. Like,
Wow.
yeah, so I have a couple of guinea pigs, and they have this very small water bottle that we gave to them when they were very young, and they got attached to it. And we bought them another one that's identical to that in the hopes that we could give them more water on a day-to-day basis, and they only drink out of the one. I can swap them, and they are visually identical, and it doesn't matter. They go back to the original one, or I just take out the original one and leave the new one, and they won't drink out of it. It's incredibly frustrating.
So is it mostly the like the water like nipple thing or whatever you want to call it? The can't think of the word, but the actual part that they drink the water from that they care about mostly, or just all of it?
That's a good question. I'm not sure because, like I said, it's identical on both of the water bottles. And for some reason, they can always figure out that it's not the original one.
Maybe it
I can't
doesn't
even
smell
figure it out.
right. Maybe it
Yeah,
doesn't smell right, yeah.
it must be a smell or something like that.
Maybe wash the old one. Oh, that's kind of risky, huh?
I've done that too. I've done everything, but they always seem to know. Okay, pandas have spawned in.
Let's rush that roof.
Looks like
Once we
crater
get chicken
spawn.
noises, the worst spawn. The worst spawn that ever existed.
I know. I hate that spawn.
Except maybe quick spawn and downfall.
Oh boy, Kesne has a Molotov.
Oh no.
You know, at least a few other
Oh, no.
pandas are gonna fry now.
We have a very strong push in the north for Gamefist. Mostly going on north wall. We have 4 players on north wall, 1 in between the buildings here. As for our panda friends, we got 1 in burning, 1 pushing out looking south, which I don't advise. So if they get that south spawn, you're probably dead. But since they've identified that it's probably not the south spawn, then that can help the rest of the defenders. We got 1 sitting inside the gas station proper and 1 in Volk Towers. So it's going to be a while probably before we get some action, as Gamefist is pushing up pretty slowly, being really careful of anyone on or around the roof defending. Probably a good move.
I'm doing stealthy and you just run. Nice one.
I got that.
I'm in that guy's perspective when he said that. That was great.
I know that I'm always trying to go stealthy and then you start running. I definitely know what that's like.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No idea.
I am like
you
a
LMG
ninja.
people. You LMG people.
Hey, we're people too, okay? We may have
That's
fewer
debatable.
IQ points, but that's not the point.
That's debatable. Alright.
Yeah, it's interesting because they don't have any eyes on roof right now, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, it's going to be a while before anyone spots the enemy team.
It's a little risky to let them have that much free roam over the north, too, because as they're doing, they're sort of encircling.
Right.
Especially if you can get the roof, that's such a commanding position on this objective.
They're playing it pretty interestingly. The only player that is could possibly get taken out from roof is D. Baggins. So as long as he's aware of that, it should be good. And if you do it right, you can get the pillar between you and the roof and cover most of you.
That's true.
Which I think is what he's done here.
I suspect you're right about that, because otherwise I would think he would have seen Drunk Kings already.
That
On the
said,
roof.
he did push out, so if they get the right angle on roof, they might be able to see him. Alright, so Torventer's pushing up the shield on the west side here.
Drone up.
Drone up, yeah. That drone gives them away. And Torventer is taking shots from D-Baggins. They have a smoke wall up just for himself. Good callouts. Frag is too short. They are looking for D-Baggins from the roof. Like we were talking about, the commanding positions making it hard for him to defend that west approach.
Well, the one good thing here, though, is that he, at least until now, was staying tucked. And by doing that, they have to focus a lot of attention on his position. He's poking out, though. This is a bit dangerous.
Right.
He's going to the Hescos.
Risky but rewarding play, as they don't expect him to be here. He's staying low. He's waiting for him to come out. This could be a good play here.
Oh, boy.
All right.
I hope he sees that rifleman behind
Yeah,
him.
here we go, here we go.
Is.
Here we go. D-Baggins takes out Stitch. The shield does
Nice play.
reorient in time.
Nice play. Yeah. Yeah, you were right. That move really paid off because they were focusing on that tower. They did not expect him to be rotated out.
You kind of use their own smoke against them.
Oh, it sounds like they're sending the drone over to him now.
Yeah, I hear it approaching. Torventer picks up the rifle, I believe, and backs off. Yeah, he's got the rifle. You were useful for something. I don't know why they're sending the drone at him, considering they already know where he is. Drone's been taken out.
Yeah, it would have been a better use of the drone to see where the other defenders are.
Oh, Drunk Kings takes out D-Baggins as he was rotating, it looks like. Meanwhile, we had a player push up to Burning and is now pushing cards, Sarge Maze. He is now pushing up. He's going to get a great shot. Oh, no, Reinhardt is behind the wall. He hears him, takes out Sarge Maze. Kesney's calling out to his team, giving support. He's not getting capped on. He is sitting in the garage. He says, I'm not going to get capped on.
Did he just say that?
He didn't say that, but he's sitting there in the garage with a burning Molotov, so I think he's done. Alright, we got a strong push coming up on the gas station. We had a trade from White Fang and Blizzbark.
Oh, see here, the danger is that they can cap from around the corner.
Right, here we go, here we go. He doesn't try to cap, though. He just goes into cap. He throws out the Molotov on the corner, but it's not enough to stop a cap. Torventer runs out trying to get the kill on Reinhardt, but is not enough and gets taken out.
Good defense. Good defense.
It was interesting. I think D-Baggins' position was key here as it really slowed down the attackers and gave them away. And he took out a few players before getting taken out, so good job, D-Baggins. We got a few kills spread here. Reinhardt actually with 3 kills. Catching them out from that little box position just east of the objective.
I was really hoping Kesney would catch somebody with that Molotov, but I think
Me
he's just
too.
a moment late on that.
Right.
Yeah, it's funny because Gamefist put such an emphasis on that west push, and all it took was D-Baggins to just hang out in there and take out one of their guys, and it didn't completely destroy their push, but it forced them to readjust, and it did kill their momentum for sure.
That's for sure. No. They did see some good rotations out of Pandamonium as well. They didn't stay completely static. They reoriented to where the threats were. And it ended up working out for them.
Yeah.
In fact, there was only 2 deaths from the Pandamonium side, it looks like. So that was a good defense on Pandas. Here we go. Round 2.
Hey guys, it's okay. It's lucky. I found $1 in my pocket. We're good. We're
Okay.
gonna win.
Android found the dollar he's gonna pay us for casting today.
Yeah, let's do that. And
Oh,
then
excellent.
Yeah,
control tank courtyard, so the other
a dollar richer.
going with me.
It's about time.
We got a mirrored attack spawn also in the crater.
Oh, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
They're gonna try for a cross to the south. I'm gonna watch this and see just what happens if Gamefist can catch them out. They can know the spawn and they can also possibly get a pick. We do have a laser shooting across South Road, but he stops looking. Oh, we had a trade from John Kings and Android.
One shot from each rifle. 2 people go down.
Unfortunately, I didn't catch that. I was watching the cross. I don't know if they actually saw that cross either.
The Pandas don't know that it was a trade, which it's the right move. They're rotating away from the north now. It's interesting because the north is pretty much open now.
Yeah, that's the problem with this objective, or not problem, but something you have to worry about as defenders is they could literally have that spawn over there, and or just catch you before you can get in position. Sarge Mace takes out Reinhardt from the plane wing. They were ready for them to come around on those south hills. White Fang's still there. He's waiting. He's gonna try and get a refrag, I think. At the moment, it just looks like he's sad that his buddy's dead.
It doesn't appear that he knew that there was somebody else there, so this could potentially be a spicy little situation for him because White Fang is going to have a very strong angle on him once he pops up. Yeah, here it is. It's coming around the crest right now.
And right here, we're gonna see the refrag. White Fang, at the end of his magazine, takes out Sarge Mace. It happens to everybody. Happens to everybody.
That's why I bring an LMG.
Alright, we're down to a 3v3. We got one player sitting in the garage, watching that south. He might be able to pick out White Fang if he's not careful. We have one on the red car just west of the objective. Also kind of a backup position for that cap defense. And one player that's really pushed out. He is sitting here on this wall just west of Burning, and he might just be able to catch someone out, shoot him in the back if they're not careful as well, and check everything. We'll see how well the Pandas do at checking the corners. This north push has been really slow as well. They still have somebody sitting on north wall. Kasny pushed up to the roof. They've seen that there was a trade, but they do need to pick this up a little bit as they have quite a bit of ways to go until they get to the objective still. And they have one player that's still pushing up on the south side and is a bit closer than they are. So if they don't hurry up, White Fang is going to be attacking alone.
They're not really communicating with each other either when it comes to movement. As far as I can tell, they don't know what's going on with either side. White Fang hasn't. I haven't heard anything over the comms since he killed that guy.
Kasny is doing some call outs. He called someone near objective. White Fang takes out stage. That was teamwork right there as he called him out.
Okay. I just didn't hear that.
Yeah. Blizzard's the last one on objective defending here. He is now in the garage ready. Torventer, the second defender, is not pushing up to go defend. He probably should crash at this point considering there's only one defender left on objective and they don't know where 2 of the Panda players are. We might even see a fight going on here. D-Bagon's coming around the corner, but Torventer just lets loose on Kesney who was crossing. D-Baggins catches him out. So just like that, we're down to 1 defender.
Well, if they play this right, they could get a cap out of it.
Yeah, that's what I want to see here. This is the perfect time to suppress and get a sneaky cap around the corner.
And Blizzardvark still thinks that White Fang is around that wing corner, which is perfect.
Yeah, he's
White Fang
sneaking up.
Quiet.
Oh.
Oh well.
Okay,
That
that was
worked.
good. That was good.
Yeah, he didn't have a choice there. He was going to get killed, but he didn't shoot him.
Looks like we had a drop on the Panda side. I lost Android Goat.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, they've got a pretty good score line right now. 3-1, 4-1, 2-1. Kesne was 0, but he's been playing more of a shot caller role right now and using the shield.
Right. Yeah, much stronger showing from the Pandas on this map. With a 2-0 total score on this map.
Looks like Android just jumped back in. Maybe he just had one of those disconnect drops like I've been dealing with lately.
Yeah. Your little Oculus problem. Oof, that's tough.
Well, there's multiple problems, but the one I'm
Yeah.
talking about is the sometimes I just get kicked out and it says not connected to servers.
Yeah, I've had that too. I think that's either network problems on our side or maybe a little hiccup in theirs. Either way, I've had that too, so that one's not unique to Oculus or any particular player, I'd say.
Sure. Yeah, I think it just has to do with the network code and onward. Let's see. Here's another suspicious panda fact. Pandas cannot store fat, so they do not hibernate.
That's pretty peculiar for a bear, huh?
I'll tell you, there's several pandas at the local zoo, and every time I've been there, they are asleep.
That's how it works, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I've been there all hours of the day, and every single time. Actually, I think one time I was there, they were awake. Maybe 2 times, but every other time they were passed out. And they sleep in hilarious positions, too.
Alright, same push as round 1. Yeah.
Wow, they got another crater spawn. Crazy.
And they're going to do the same north push, I think.
Kesne having problems lighting his Molotov cocktail.
I hope he team kills himself. Alright, so they accurately call out. They were talking about there's probably going to be a defender on or near the roof, which is correct. We have Kesne up on the corner. He has called out the spawn. Downs one, doesn't finish him, but he's downed around in cover, it looks like, on my screen.
Finish him off, Kesne. Finish him.
He can't see him. At least on my screen, he's behind money trucks.
Yeah, you're right. I'm looking from Kesne's perspective, and that is pretty hard to see.
Yeah, let's see what he can see.
Do we have someone watching North Road? Or north behind the north whatever?
Yeah, there's no way he can see that body.
Android, there may be one. There is definitely at least
Unfortunately,
one back there,
a lot of them have made it to the north wall. The revive comes out. They're trying to airburst grenade him now. And suppress him. This is not looking good. He is now tunnel vision. Oh, but he does see someone get to the north wall compound area. Android takes out Sarge Maze, who is flanking around.
Yeah, Kesne needs to consider rotating. They know where he is. It's a good position, but any position can become weak when everybody knows where you are.
Yeah, I'd like to see him reposition back to the white car. That would be really good.
Yeah,
Catch them out when they run out in the open. Meanwhile, the rest of the attacking team is still at tow trucks. Looks like they're taking fire. Kesne downs Drunk Kings on the north wall. Just finish your kill, finish your kill. There you go. Now it looks...
Do you see how far he threw the Molotov there? Jesus.
Jeez, that is far. I thought that like the Molly doesn't throw as far.
I didn't think so either.
Okay, Torventer might get a shot on Kesne in the side.
Yeah, you're right. He was getting some tunnel vision. I think it's still
happening. Yeah.
A little bit of threat focus here. I don't know if he didn't see this guy or if he just wants to catch somebody else on that cross, but he needs to start moving himself around.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's no hitbox problems in Onward.
Nope.
There's nothing wrong. This is a tough position for Gamefist. Pandemonium has all the really entrenched spots like burning, stairs. You can't really see in very well without a scope or a better angle. So Stitch is pretty much stuck. They know where he is. The north approach, as we know, is really well defended, or was, until he got taken out by Torventer. Kesney had a little bit too much tunnel vision. And now, the north should be open.
You know, they're doing a great job of communicating. I was just on Reinhardt, and he figured out that Kesney had gone down. He started reassigning positions and saying, you know, hey, you need to cover this spot. You need to cover this spot. Some excellent teamwork going on right now.
Absolutely. Android's being a little, a little ballsy. He is actually standing up on in the burning second story, not in the stairway. Trying to get that pick onto tow truck, but no one's there. Torventer takes out D-Baggins, who's getting a little risque with his push-ins. Roof has been taken. It's now a 3v3 Gamefist first Pandemonium, but there's only 2 minutes left to make this final push and go for the cap or the kill. That said, Reinhardt takes Torventer. That was good. A good try. Unfortunately, it's now down to 2v2. 1 minute and 32 seconds left. They do have to worry about the objective being right there. If Gamefist goes down to Rooftop Courtyard and then goes over to the objective, they'll only have a small window to see that he's there. That said, that they do have a defender kind of watching. Should be able to see someone doing that. So this is a pretty good two-man defense out of Pandemonium, I'd say.
Yeah, especially with a minute left, they have to know that Gamefist is going to push one way or another. They're not going to be sneaking around.
Yeah, it looks like there's some indecision out of Gamefist right now on where exactly to go. With only 45 seconds left, they really need to step this up.
Okay, Blizzard Bark going in for the Spider Crab on the objective from the Rooftop Courtyard. Oh, there's a C4 right in front of him. Oh,
yeah,
no.
it's too quiet around here.
Yeah, I wonder who had that, too. That might not have been
I
somebody who's
imagine it
alive.
was Kesney. He had a G36.
That's true.
Alright, Stitch is distracting. We got a smoke. They saw him cross. Android's going in to try and stop him. The cap is coming out from Blizzbark. Oh, nice! Nice flash. Stops the cap and he comes around.
Oh, no.
And now
Oh,
getting
no.
team killed. Android gets the Makarov kill!
You shot me!
Oh,
Good job.
White Fang's like, haha, teamwork, right? Teamwork, haha.
I almost killed you. Teamwork.
Which team
man.
effort. That was great play by Android. He tried to get him on the cross there, saw that he made it across, immediately threw the flash to stop the cap, and got both kills. Very impressive.
Yes. Real on-the-money thinking there with the flash, for sure.
It's almost like he watched some tutorial videos,
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
maybe on map making.
Nobody cares about map making anymore. We got the quest coming.
You're still map making for the quest.
Is there? Are we gonna have any custom maps for the quest? I don't remember.
Yes, including
Oh,
mine.
no. Noise.
2 of them. But yeah, they won't be out for a month or 3 months. Probably.
Ever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what impact the quest has. I know we're all expecting a huge influx of people, and I'm not saying that won't happen, but I think human beings have proven time and time again that they're not very good at predicting things, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I'd love to see a huge influx of people personally. More people playing, the better.
Just looking at the Discord, I think that we will get a nice influx of players. There's a lot of people with the Quest, but not the hardware to run PC VR, so it does make sense.
Yeah. And is Pavlov already on Quest?
Yes, that and
Okay.
contractors, or at least in beta form, I think.
Let's go for a cap.
Huh.
You go through center. I'll take-
Kesney,
or
he's like, let's go for a
that
cap.
way, I'll take
That's
you this way.
that's bold, Cotton, bold. Alright, we got a cross going to center. They do get catch out. Kesney gets killed and debaggins.
Oh,
I don't think there'll be a cap coming out this game, but you never know. Wifang's stuck
Great.
in the middle. That's what sucks about this E-spawn. You cannot cross safely in a lot of
Let's see
objectives.
if I can take out roof. Android, you cover me.
yeah. I think it's just a matter of taking your time on this. I know this is something that, you know, one of the guys on our team, James, emphasizes a lot on quarantine and any other map where there's big crosses is take your time. You don't need to rush. You know, you're just giving them easy kills by running out because that's the first thing most defenders are going to do is watch those crosses.
Absolutely.
Doesn't look like that. White tank. Can you kill the guy on ground level?
Reinhardt's doing a great job of taking up the shot caller role, knowing that Kesney is dead. We do have one player in the burning stairs. Not looking the right way though. To see the enemy players, they just missed each other.
Oh,
Nice shot from Reinhardt, taking out Stitch in the burning stairs. They do know where he is, but that main position has been taken out. If Blizzard doesn't quickly react here, they're going to be able to push up unopposed and get into good defensive positions or get across. He is going to catch this cross though. Does a bloody Reinhardt, but it's not enough to kill him.
You can shoot through those windows.
Oh, he's double peeking that spot.
And I don't know if he knows that he was at ground level. It does kind of look like he was looking there. Oops. Blizzard repositions to the stairs. Get a move.
So danger here is that Torventer is watching that corner where Reinhardt could potentially get to the gas station. If he hangs out and stays tight, he won't get spotted, but if he goes wide, Torventer will catch him.
Right. Android is pushed up on burning. Blizzard probably doesn't even know he's nice! He goes around and he shoots him in the legs as he's standing on the stairs. A really strong move, getting him a kill, and securing burning for Marsoc. Torventer takes some shots. I think Reinhardt. They are calling out every enemy they see. This is very good from Pandas. Some grenades getting thrown about. Not connecting with anybody. John Kings takes out White Fangs with a very risky flank on South Road. He only downs him though, so White Fangs is going to call him out. They will know that he's behind, and that flank is going to be really hard to keep up without getting shot. Torventer takes out Reinhardt from while he was in gas station.
Android's in a bit of a pickle here.
Yeah.
He's surrounded, and he's got a down teammate, but if he crosses that, he is going to be in deep trouble real fast. He could get away with, let's see, oh wow.
Android,
Good job.
look at those eyes. Take Torventer, he is very close to objective. If he can just get past Sarge Maze, which it looks like he will, he's going for a cap.
Oh my
Sarge
god,
Maze,
he could do it.
Sarge Maze, you gotta react, you gotta react. I think we're gonna see a cap.
Good job, good job. Get those numbers in.
Okay,
Get the numbers in.
do it better than Mono. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
Man, that was too fucking close.
Yeah,
He
that
said
was
it.
too close. Yeah. If he did better than a mono cap, there would have been a cap. Android has been on the up and up lately. He's been getting a lot of kills and doing really well. 5 kills, 1 death. Very good, and almost a cap. And I think he
Yeah.
did all the right moves there. He knew that his friendly that was Reservoir was too far, and there wasn't enough time, and he had the opportunity to go for a cap, and he tried to take it. Oh, very commendable. Just needs to work on either remembering the code, chunking, any kind of strategy that will help you get that cap off faster. Can be like the difference between life and death. A cap or not a cap.
Well, even if you have a great memory, sometimes just the pressure, even in just a scrim, can get to you.
Or those
And
buttons just feel so sticky somehow.
that's one thing I really hope they fix in 1.8 is I've been in that situation where I had the code in my head, no problem, but it's just getting the button to push, like trying to find just the right distance and the right angle to make it go. That can be really frustrating.
Yes, I bet they won't. Just saying now. This has nothing to do with performance, but I really wish it was easier too. But some people, seems to be a technique kind of thing because some people can just go boop 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 and it's bang, the code is in.
Okay, while we're waiting, I just need to step out for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Alright. There we go. Gamefist has 1 point. Pandamonium is 3. We'll see if they Pandas can take this map. We got some scoped action this time from Sarge Maze. That'll be interesting seeing a sniper. I haven't seen that yet, I don't think, so far in this matchup.
Yeah, go in the middle with the sniper.
We're covering roof from the wireframe.
Alright. They have a pretty standard looking defense for this objective here in the Volk garage. Kesney is again not going to let himself get capped on. He is right on objective. He's going to make sure no one gets it. Does he have...
Which side? South or north?
He's got C4, no molly. Does catch out the cross. This will be interesting. Reinhardt has an interesting position, but he didn't catch the Drunk Kings was coming. He hears him. Gives his position away. Sarge Mace takes out White Fang with his sniper rifle. Good snapfire from Reinhardt taking out Drunk Kings. Meanwhile, we have what looks to be a north and a middle push out of the rest of Gamefist. Android popping up a few shots at tank. I don't know if he's actually seen him or not, but he does give his position away.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. You've missed some spicy trades or gunfights. Torventer takes out D. Baggins. Who's in that West Skeleton building. Pandas down to 3 members left. One taken out on Gamefist. It's kind of looking a little precarious for the Pandas as they don't have any north or really west defense. The only player that might catch someone out is Android, but he's got enemy players on all sides. So it's going to be tough.
It's the big trade-off of center burning is you do get a great view of everything, but it also means once you're surrounded, you're an excellent target.
Absolutely, yeah, and he has to be careful of people flanking him on that south road. Other than Kesney might possibly catching them out, but if they play their cards right, they could get around without being seen.
Oh, sorry,
that said,
smoking through the wall.
Yeah, that said, Reinhardt is pushing up on ambulance now. Might catch Gamefist in the side here. Reinhardt's doing the right move here. He's waiting for them to go out in the open. Just like that, he takes out Sarge May.
Courtyard, there's 2 left. Sorry, 3 left, 3 left.
But the refrag comes out from Blizzard.
Yeah, that was a pretty dangerous repeak after he just killed somebody. If he rotated opposite side of the ambulance, he probably would have caught Blizzard Bark.
Right, and I think that he didn't, you know, entertain the idea that there might have been more than one. Where there's one, there's probably 2.
Yep.
So do
Good
keep
rule
that
of
in
thumb.
mind. Yeah. Meanwhile, the rest of the Gamefist push is coming up out on the west side here. They've already taken out the guy in Volk Tower, so this is going to be a tough push for them to stop.
Kesney does not have anybody left to team kill, so that's going to be a challenge for him.
Kesney versus the world. Can he pull it off? He's doing the right move here. He's making sure they don't cap. You can cap from this corner here, so you got to be careful. But a lot of people don't seem to catch that. He takes out Stitch.
Nice.
Okay. Now, Gamefist needs to reorient. They need to work together and attack at the same time. So, hopefully we can see Blizzard push up here. And Torventer can, you know, support him. If they go in one at a time, Kesney has a chance here. Unfortunately, he didn't catch that peek. That's the hard part of being a single defender is you'll often miss those crosses as you're trying to cover every single conceivable angle.
It's just such a hard position to be in because, like you said, you miss a lot of angles. Plus, you're forced to rotate. So, you know, rotations mean that you're going to be vulnerable. You're going to be moving with your gun down. You're going to be looking the wrong way. It's just such a tough spot to be in.
Right. Kesney's doing a pretty good job of keeping himself low enough that hopefully he won't get seen. Blizzard opts to not take burning stairs and gets taken out. I don't think they have a accurate kill count.
Oh, man.
But the double 1-2 hit from Torventer with the grenade and the bullets takes him out.
That was close. That was a really good try by Kesney there.
Yeah, it was really good. Looks like we had another drop from Android.
Looks like they're calling in Nexus, so that might have been... Yeah, I think that's a substitution, maybe. I don't know if Android has those problems or what.
Right. I think they like to try to get all their players to have game time, so I wouldn't be surprised.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah, get everyone them hours so everyone can improve.
Yep. I will say these guys have a great attitude just about playing and practicing. As we've talked about a little earlier in the cast, I mean, look, everybody loves to win. Everybody likes to be victorious all the time, but truthfully, the way you get better is by losing a lot, especially early. So if you just take the attitude of, like, we're just going to play as much as we can, we're going to scrim as much as we can, and we're going to get everybody exposure to the game, in the long run, you'll end up being the best.
Yeah, they have such an infectiously positive attitude. Even after that loss they had in a real match yesterday. Who were they fighting? Slipped my mind. Right. They've, you know, a team that is established, who's been around for a while, has some good players on it, and they did really well. It was anyone's game. But they did lose it, and all they had were positive things to say, you know, constructive criticism, you know, after the game. It was really nice to see.
Yeah, they didn't seem to be down about it at all.
I think it might, you know, I think it's a testament to their own, you know, the way they play and the way they see things, you know, to each player and how they, you know, deal with it. But also, when you're, you know, a new team, you're in bronze, you know that you're not going to be the very best. You know you can only, you know, improve and go up from there. So everybody, I think, could learn from that, you know, from bronze all the way up, you know, even up to, you know, to platinum and whatnot. There's always something to learn.
I couldn't agree more. And in fact, I think one of the challenges is keeping that mindset as you move up. A lot of
Yeah.
people start saying like, "Oh, I'm, this level or I'm this good, whatever. I don't need to focus on beginner stuff." But a lot of times, no matter how good you are, focusing on fundamentals and just
South,
playing
I'm better than
soundly
that.
and really working on the
North
errors
side
that you
center.
make can make all the difference.
I'll stay center.
Yeah,
Hear that?
absolutely.
Good
Yeah,
morning, Kesney.
there's a lot of
Most people.
ego, a lot of ego as you get higher up in the MMR. That's for sure.
Definitely.
We have a cross. They've already been spotted. They know which which spawn they had. No one dies, thankfully, but they do need to, be careful about how they position at the beginning of the game. Everyone does make their crosses successfully, though. We have a pretty even split with 2 players going south, 1 player middle, and 2 north.
Sarge Mays is waiting for him in the north, in that same spot Kesney had.
Yeah, meanwhile, we have John Kings pushing up really aggressively on the South Hills where he's going to meet 2 enemy players. If he's not careful, he's just going to straight get taken out. In fact, he's just going to Big Rock and has no idea that the enemies are right behind him. And he should be able to hear him, though.
Did the South Cross get called out? Because I know the North Cross got called out, but
I'm
they
not
might be
sure if
thinking.
it got called out, but you should, you could expect that. Meanwhile, Drunk Kings makes it all the way to the southeast tower. In fact, he takes out D. Baggins from behind. Okay, I want to see a reaction. Nexus, there we go. Nexus takes
Good
out
job.
Drunk Kings. Fortunately, I was repositioning behind him and missed that. But there was a good refrag. How's this north push going? Taking it slow. They're not sure where the enemy is. They are talking. That's what you gotta do. You gotta keep talking. Gotta keep the communication up. Get battlefield awareness.
Roof honestly looks clear.
Reinhardt's calling out a roof clear for his team, so the north players know that they don't necessarily have to clear it. That said, we do see a frag thrown onto the west side of the roof. Unfortunately, that gives Sarge Mays the pickup that Kesney is right there, and he takes him out.
I just heard Nexus memorizing the code. Be curious to see how he gets a path to the objective from the South Dunes area.
It's quite far. Meanwhile, Sarge Mays peeking around this corner, catches White Fang, looking the opposite way, gets that pickup, and just like that, the north push is gone. Now it's just down to the 2 south players who have not really pushed up very much. They still have the cross to do. That split street kind of cross. Fortunately for them, there's no one on roof to catch them, no one in burning. But this is going to be a tough one for them. Oh, but he does catch him out. He rotates to the roof, it looks like. Or I just didn't see him, one of the 2. But now it's just down to 1. Not looking good for the Pandas here.
That cross in the south near ambulance, that is so precarious. It's just so hard to pull off, especially if they have any awareness of where you are.
Reinhardt takes out Stitch and Burning. He's gonna get caught. Oh, Blizzard is a little
Wow.
bit too slow, and Reinhardt takes him out. That looked like Blizzard's game right there. And just like that, we are down to a 2v1. Reinhardt has an opportunity to win. He could have seen Torventer there, but unfortunately he just missed it. If Reinhardt plays this right, although he doesn't have very much time to execute, tries to take out one of the Gamefist players. Tries Torventer, but it doesn't quite get it. Torventer gets it while he was shooting at Sarge Mace. A really good try, but just like that.
That was close.
Yeah.
That was real close.
Oh no. Oh no. Theta. I did the thing
What?
again.
What'd you do?
My minimap's gone.
Press escape.
It doesn't work always. It's something else. Oh no.
What about spacebar?
No.
Enter?
Well, it's the combo buttons. I just can't remember what TFH said.
Well, when you're holding down spacebar, press toggle overlay. It's on the right side.
Yeah, which is just escape. It's
But try it.
I tried it. It doesn't work. Oh, I might have to restart. I always do this at least once.
No, so I just did toggle overlay after, because I just did the same thing with the caster screen, and it wiped everything, and then I did toggle overlay from there, and it turned it back on.
Okay, I got it. This time it worked.
Yeah.
It wasn't working before.
Yeah.
I hope that bug gets fixed at some point.
I will say, despite all the things I don't like about this game, and sometimes it feels like Dante might be not caring as much about competition as I'd like, it's pretty cool that we do have this whole observer suite built into the game.
Yeah. Meanwhile, if you were on Pavlov, it's from what I hear, he actively hates the league.
That
The
sucks.
developer, yeah. It's like a clandestine thing, kind of thing.
I think there's something really interesting about the way that people. It's like we can't help ourselves. We have to compete with the games that we make. Like there's competitive anything. Like any game you can imagine, there's like competitive tic-tac-toe. There's competitive frisbee golf. Like there's all this stuff that you just wouldn't even imagine is competitive. So to me, it's just like if you're going to make a multiplayer game, you should probably expect some kind of competitive scene to show up, even if it's small.
Have you seen those competitive glass stackers, or not glasses, but like cup stackers?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Crazy,
about.
They're crazy.
Or like competitive Rubik's Cube. That one always blows my mind.
Yeah, not smart enough for those. That's why I play Onward. Shoot, pew pew.
I'm not even smart enough to play Onward.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
That's why I just use bell-fed LMGs so I can shoot at a lot of stuff inaccurately.
You can get the kills though, because you know where to find him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right after I shoot him.
Exactly. Or preferably right after you die, I get the refrag. That's my favorite strategy.
Right. Alright, so we got an interesting 3-3. Gamefist takes it back from 0 points. This could be anyone's game.
Yeah, it's pretty rough because Android had that cap on lock. He just didn't quite get the numbers in fast enough. That would have been the end of it.
Right. Gamefist is opting to take this slow. They're going to do a safe cross with a smoke.
Fire into the smoke. Fire into the smoke.
He tries to throw a grenade, but they don't quite have the range correctly.
One thing I've noticed with a lot of higher level teams, like I know Globo is big on this, is if they see smoke, they just fire into it. Just as a precaution.
Right.
It's a pretty good strategy most of the time.
I like this Gamefist position that they're taking. They're being careful. They're distracting with fire from the middle and waiting to get some picks before they make the cross. Meanwhile, they had their south cross across so they can get supporting positions. Hopefully get some shots on roof. John King gets caught out, but he gets the snap fire on Nexus, taking him out. He's only down though, but he does make it across. No, he doesn't. He gets taken out by Deep Baggins. Got to be careful about crossing too early and without getting any picks. Sarge Mace has a tough set of moves to make here. Almost gets taken out. Stage gets taken out by Kesney.
Oh, I don't know how that grenade did not just finish Nexus. That landed at the front of the ambulance and did not finish him off.
Yeah, sometimes grenades or C4 can be really questionable. They draw like a really, weird line of sight, and if it's not like perfect, it's not gonna hit.
Yeah, that sucks for Sarge because he deserved to get that finish on the kill. There's no
And
reason. that we couldn't.
he probably thinks that he did get it.
Yep. It was right next to him.
Meanwhile, Sarge looks like he's going to get taken out. He's taking fire from the roof. He just opts to continue running.
Oof, and he's going to get this revive.
Or he's going to get killed doing it.
Well, let's see.
Suppress roof. Suppress roof, please, guys.
He's calling for a suppress. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Make his head down while he gets the res out in the open. That was a great move for Gamefist.
Good.
Meanwhile, Kesney takes out Blizzard. Reinhardt gets a revive on Nexus.
So the distraction worked for both teams there.
Right. Torventor's still back at
Oh
spawn.
boy.
He does
Nexus
need
is
to
going
cross
to come
this
behind
point.
these guys. Are you seeing this in the south?
I am grabbing it.
Go to Nexus, go to Nexus.
Oh, yeah, I saw
Oh.
it. Got it. Good
Two to the
catch.
south are dead.
That was a great. So what we knew here was a Panda had 5, and they knew they had at least 1 or 2 picks. So Nexus knew he could play a little bit more risky, especially since they knew one of the enemy players was still at their spawn in the middle, Middle East. So that was a great move from Nexus. I do love seeing that. You always got to be aware if you're going to take a long time, someone could flank behind you, and you need to have rear security or keep up the aggression.
Well, what was so beautiful about it is that it was a pincer because Nexus pushed on one corner and Reinhardt pushed on the other. So one of them was going to get those guys no matter what.
Speaking of one, we have one Gamefist player left, Torventor, who has made it successfully to the north. I don't think they knew that that cross has been made, but he does have 5 players to take out in less than 2 minutes to do it. So I don't know how this is going to go for him. I do think you can get some easy picks here from the roof, but then everyone will know where he is.
As long as the Pandas maintain their team cohesion and they don't just allow themselves to get lemminged, then this should be match point for Pandas, or excuse me, map point for Pandas.
And then we'll be down to the last map.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think the next one's going to be? What would you speculate?
Suburbia or Cargo. Well, that's the map they like to play. The maps they like to play, but maybe they're going to play things that they don't necessarily like to play. I wouldn't be surprised to see Downfall in that vein, actually.
Were they home or away for this?
They were. I'm not sure. I think that they're both kind of mutually agreeing on maps to play. Torventor takes out the player on the roof here. I didn't catch who it was as we were talking.
It was D Baggins.
D Baggins. He's repositioning, but he only has 35 seconds left, which isn't enough to do this kind of play. He needs to go in. He needs to go in hard, and honestly, either by a lot of skill or a lot of luck, he needs to get 4 kills or enough confusion to get the cap off. I don't see it. And just like that, Wifang takes out Torventor on the cross there from the west. That was a fun match to watch, or fun map to watch. It looked like Pandas had it in the bag for so long, really convincing. But then it kind of just broke down. Gamefist stepped it up and almost took the map.
Yeah, Reinhardt leading the Pandas with 9-5-1, and Drun Kings. Torventor leading Gamefist 7-5-1. So strong scores over there.
7-6 actually.
7-6.
For
Drun Kings had 7-6. Torventor 7-5-1. And let's see what else. Anybody else here? Yeah, I mean, just a strong showing in general. I would say it was good back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, especially for the Panda guys, if you saw, although it didn't really go well on this match, the way Gamefist chose to attack on that objective was key. They didn't cross too early. They tried to get supporting lines. That's something that Pandas could definitely learn from, I think.
I agree. They had the right idea. I think the implementation sort of fell apart afterwards, but they had the right moves to begin with. They were taking it slow, and they just made a few critical mistakes as they were moving forward.
Alright. So, now we are going into Downfall. I think they're practicing maps. Trying to get every kind of map some gameplay so they can have strategies for everything and play time on all the maps available and onward competitive.
Looks like we're going to be doing upper dumpster as the first objective.
This one can be pretty spicy. I'm hoping to see a couple caps in this game.
Same. Yeah, I think upper dumpster is. I would say it's either my favorite or second favorite objective on Downfall.
I'd probably have to agree with you. I do like attacking that side.
Lower dumpster can kind of turn into a bit of a shitstorm just because of the quick spawn, but you get a nice mix with the upper dumpster because you can be in the quick spawn position, but they start out in the canyon. You can start kind of flanking on each other from there. So you get a kind of an interesting mix between the more chaotic close range and the tactically focused long range play.
I think I like almost every objective fairly equally on this map, unlike others where I definitely notice I have clear favorites. So I think that's a good mix of how the objectives play, that they're similar enough.
I think the one I just am not particularly fond of is Helicopter 2 Story.
So because you die there?
Well, obviously. It's like a map, if I die too much, it becomes 1 star in my mind.
Yeah. Forgot to change it to game capture instead of just screen capture. That's how professional I am.
If you can, get on the wall. If not, just go around and really light them up.
Go slow up onto the wall, and then you can be able to walk it on down.
They're trying to climb the wall to get the
Once
quick
you're
peek.
done, you're
Nexus,
gonna run
is he
over
gonna
with
make it?
white thing. You
This
can,
is critical.
North Hotel. I'll put
Eh,
through.
Oh, he does.
Not see anybody
Oh,
cross.
sorry.
Oh. One's in White House.
Interesting peak position. He's just sitting there on the wall.
Yeah, I would argue it's probably a better strategy to just use that to call them out, because those are going to be really hard shots.
Meanwhile,
And
Torventer takes out D. Baggins as he was crossing at the east. Sorry, from the position on the hill. It's really dangerous. You got to be looking out for that as an attacker. Anyways, what were you saying?
I was just saying that's a really good spot to just call people out, like get up, see where they're going. But they tried to take some shots. They didn't hit anybody because those are really tough shots to make anyway.
Right.
And now all the defenders know where they're coming from. So it's better to create, just to use a term from one of my videos, some information asymmetry there, where you know where they're defending, but they don't know where you're spawning, rather than completely neutralizing the situation by firing at them with a low chance of hitting them.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with the way that they played that. They only had one player doing firing line, as we like to call it in Mayhem. With only one player, it's going to be tough. So you're either going to do all or nothing.
Yep.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, we have Drunk Kings sitting in White House. We have somebody on the South Hills here, watching the east. There is a shield pushing up. They are looking at each other. Meanwhile, we have Nexus, I think, trying to get a pick on him. Almost works, but Torventer is now aware and keeping his head low. Everyone else is just trying to get a pick. We got one in Helicopter 2 Story. Looking out, not seeing anybody, unfortunately. There is somebody at Marsoc Darkroom, it looks like, who might catch him out if he is not careful. And does he have a scope this time? We have a 2-time scope with the LMG. Not using it though. Might be a good time to use it though.
Kesne's creeping up on those southern hills with his shield.
He is alone though, so that's going to be interesting on how he manages that. I would probably try and get Nexus to come help me.
Same.
Anytime now.
Stand by, I'm approaching.
This reminds me a lot of the G-Men style on Downfall, although they're not as like in your face with the shield. But they just send the one guy, usually the man,
On the ridge. He's back
out just to collect information. They're
Right.
using him a lot more aggressively than they
Yeah,
would, though.
they do use the shield quite aggressively. He could get caught up by Sarge Maze on the side, but Sarge does not look at him at all.
3 of them up here. I have one on, or maybe 2, but I have one in that dark room right there. I have one in front of the, whatever the bungalow building is, and I think I have one near Marsock Rock.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with the shield. You gotta check all your angles so you don't get flanked. I think Kesney was more lucky right there because he could have been shot on the side easily by Sarge if Sarge looked over. Torventer needs to communicate. He does catch him. Fortunately for the Pandas, Reinhardt also gets a pick at the same time with his SA-80 with a really far shot.
And Nexus looks like he's going for res, but he's got to watch out for Torvenator, and Kensney warned him about it.
Check out dark room.
He's being really loud and no one goes to kill him or deal with it.
Yeah,
Thankfully,
I mean, they know
yeah, thankfully Reinhardt had their back there, otherwise that would have been completely going the other way.
Right there.
Oh boy. They're about to get crept up on by Torventor. Oh.
He hears him, he's playing it really safe here, he's gonna miss him.
Oh,
Because he
Kesney
is sitting
needs
in
to
on
put
the
that
open
corner.
grabbing loot.
Oh,
Oh, turns around just in time to see him.
Oh, I
He is
can't
now
believe-
calling out. Yeah, he's freaking out. Nexus comes out. Some shots were exchanged. A little blood was spilled, but not enough for a down.
He winged it.
Nexus is going for the flank. Kesney is pushing up. Drunk Kings takes out Nexus. Unfortunately, Kesney's push has been taken out. Kesney is being really aggressive, shooting over the shield. Gets the down. Chasing the body. Reinhardt gets taken out by Blizzard. Drunk King is ready to stop Kesney, but he gives his position away. So Kesney now knows where to position his shield. If you don't have a great shot on the shield and the shield doesn't know where you are, don't fire. Don't fire, just wait.
Yep.
You can then get him in the back and feel really good about yourself. Not looking good for the Pandas. We have less than 30 seconds left. We have a strong 2-man defense on objective and one on White House. I don't see how this one's going to go down. Meanwhile, White Fang is only at the helicopter bungalow, and Kesney is somewhere near Marsock. Yeah, he's just up in Marsock right now. You have like no time left, guys. You have 10 seconds. You gotta go. They're just gonna be hiding. Drunk King takes out Kesney from the White House, and White Fang is taken out by Blizzard right on objective. Gotta be aware of the time on Downfall. It's so easy to just run out of time.
I would argue that aside from figuring out safe crossing areas in a big open map like this, the most challenging skill to develop is time management. It's trying to figure out how to synchronize, how to not get too focused on a single threat for too long. It's hard, man.
Right, and a lot of times with these windows, it's going to be really hard to take someone out, and if they're going to be playing defensively, peeking out, taking some shots, just, causing grief for you, you might just have to, have somebody suppress that window so you can push. Because, it's just really hard to get some of these long picks, especially on like White House, or some of these other second story buildings where the windows are dark, the cover is, plentiful, and it's just really hard to know where somebody is.
Just to speak to how hard this problem is, there was a game last season between Globochem and Beginners, and they each had a timeout round on Marsock. So the two best teams in the world both had a timeout round in the same map. Like, that's how challenging it can be to get your timing right on a big map like this.
Absolutely, yeah. Everybody has them. We've had them too, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Mayhem has definitely made that mistake, even recently.
Yeah. But sometimes it's just tough when you know you've gotten little to no picks, and moving up without any picks is often suicide. So, really tough line to cross. Takes a lot of effort and skill to know where to go. We got another northeast spawn.
No, I'm not from here.
Nobody's trying to climb the
I'm
wall.
trying to rush bungalows. Central bungalow.
One thing that I think the Pandas should be working on, I think we saw it in quarantine as well, is they need to control revealing their position too early. Like on quarantine, when they did that split to the north and the south on one of their Marsoc rounds, like, oh, Gamefist immediate. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing. Reinhardt is shooting at the east cross here. Doesn't catch him, but puts him in a precarious position.
So if you watch really high level teams, what they're doing a lot of the time early on is they're taking it very slow because they don't want to reveal their position. Now, there's exceptions to that, but by and large, they will not just rush to get position because they know how dangerous that is. So definitely something to work on.
And when they do, they know the angles that they can be seen, so.
Yep.
We got some shots ringing out from Torventer. Doesn't quite catch anybody shooting at Center Hotel. Some strategies that some teams use, I see, is just pre-firing every window. Try to catch them while they're, just sitting in the window, scanning. Meanwhile, Nexus is on the first level of the Center Hotel, so he's probably not going to be seen for a good while here. It's a pretty good spot to be in.
That's one of those windows you mentioned where just a lot of darkness in there. And unless you see a muzzle flash or something, you're going to have a very hard time spotting them from a distance.
Right, and they can just reposition once they take fire. There's so many firing positions in Center Hotel. It'll be really tough.
Yep.
Looks like Reinhardt has given up the firing line on the south ridge there in favor of going in the dark room, which allows Drunk Kings to get all the way around. He looks like he's gonna push into the canyons here. Could get a good pick. That said, there is somebody in White House, a really popular spot, which might catch him out for sure if White Fang looks at the right place at the right time.
It's pretty funny. Reinhardt has propped up his tablet on this table, and for some reason, it just looks like it fits in. I don't know. It's got like
coming in to look. It does look like that, doesn't it?
right next to his scale, and it looks like a cologne bottle. It all makes sense.
Is he making meth here?
I didn't want to say it, but it's what it looks like.
Trying to read what's on the actual bottle. It has words on it. I never noticed. That's a lot of wasted verts, yo. Unless it's a texture.
Yeah, no kidding.
Push down, I'll get him.
Actually looks like a texture, actually. Kind of.
So it looks like we've got somebody way in the south here. Drunk King's up on the hill.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For that far south position, try and get a pick. Pretty good way to get around White House, actually. Unless they're looking back behind you, yeah, you can often get by without being seen. Some shots coming out of Reinhardt. Meanwhile, Gamefist is still 5 strong. It's 5 strong for Pandas 2, but they only have 2 minutes 30 seconds left. We do just need to see a little bit more aggression. Try to get some picks here so we can push up. Smoke's coming up on objective. It's not. I don't think it's going to work out though, because the dark room is going to catch them out when they make that move.
Ugh.
We got some smokes coming out. He gets him. Sarge Mace is down. He steps out too far with that smoke, not having it positioned in the right direction for the enemies. They should know about Darkroom now, so at least Torventer and Blizzard probably won't make the same mistake. Got some shots coming out of Torventer, shooting at that lower dumpster window. Not enough to catch the enemy players out, though. Minute 25 left. 4 players left on Gamefist. We need to see a play here. Most of their utility has been used up too. Drunk Kings takes out D Baggins.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
Are they crossing? Oh!
Yeah.
Wow, Blizzard's lucky. Oh, not so lucky. Shots fired. Reinhardt misses his shots. Is now being suppressed. Chesney takes out Stitch. Nexus, if he looks out, could get a kill on Blizzard right here. Not looking good for Gamefist here. Drunking is pushing up in the canyons.
Now, Kesney ID'd him, though, because he shot at him as he ran down. So White Fang should know that he's there. They've only got 30 seconds left. If they just hang out, don't expose themselves, Pandas will take this round.
Nexus should get this kill here. He's not peeking out, though. He's afraid of being taken out, that's for sure. Which, arguably... Come on. You've heard the timer, Nexus. Why are you looting? Come on, pop up, pop up. I want to see that kill. Yes! Catches Blizzard in the side. Drone King takes out Kesney, who got antsy and was looking out. Make sure no one was capping. But, you know, that's probably the right move to make with like 10 seconds left on the clock. And just like that, the timer strikes again.
Brutal.
So what do you think of that round right there?
Well, I thought the Pandas played it smart. There were a couple instances I got a bit worried. Kesney, for example, ran out from objective and was just in that little patio area exposed, and there was somebody in the south. He did not get picked off, fortunately. Other than that, though, they did a very good job of staying tucked, not putting themselves in a position to lose, and they just waited it out. Gamefist kind of suffered the same problem as Pandas in the first round, where they just took too long setting up.
Another thought to just add on to what you're saying. They had somebody in Center Hotel. Originally, he was on the first floor, and they had someone in White House. You gotta be able to trust your team that they're gonna, watch that crawl cap, so you can stay tucked and safe inside the objective darkroom.
Yep.
But without that trust, you're gonna get taken out as you expose yourself needlessly. So I think that's something they could work on there. I don't think this is one of their maps they're as well versed on, so I kind of understand that. But you had really good supporting players, especially if they kept their positions.
Yeah, I agree.
That said, Nexus's rotate to the roof did net them a kill, so
All right, let's see.
Do you think Drunk
Reinhardt.
Kings is going to try and rush him?
I hope so, just for the sake of spectating.
I think he is too. I think he's going to try and go in the ravine there.
Reinhardt was just giving out drums, something I know you're fond of.
I like drums. Unfortunately, I don't get them anymore.
No, you don't deserve any drums.
Okay, so Drunk King is just running straight up into Marsoc right now.
Ooh, and Torventer just ran into White House as well.
This is
No hesitation.
Drunk King is going to get the pick on Reinhardt, who has no idea that someone would just rush up here into Marsoc. Now he's prepping a grenade. He's throwing it into the canyon.
Oh boy.
Not quite.
Ooh.
Not a good throw enough. It was a good idea, though, to just immediately throw a frag. Torventer gets taken out in White House with a really great shot from Nexus from spot.
Wow.
But you can see, Nexus doesn't know that he killed him.
Yeah.
Sarge Mace takes out Kesney.
Kesney said that White House was down right before he got finished.
My last words. Go, my pandas!
Or would you say, onward, my pen?
Onward! Douche tries to do the same exact move Kesney did that got him taken out. If you see a body, you might want to be a little careful there. Drunk Kings is behind them on Marsoc Rock, so this is precarious for the Pandas. Meanwhile, looks like we have some sniping from White Fang up in the far south hills. Oh, he's gonna catch him out, I think, right here. And there we go. Drunk Kings is downed. Spent too long running around in the open. Really good
Definitely
shot.
has caught White Fang well.
Right. That was good. Good shot. Meanwhile, unfortunately for the Pandas, they know exactly where all their players are. This is where you have 4 minutes left. I want to see a rotation. You should always have somebody on the opposite flank, especially on this map, where, flanks can be really powerful. That said, they do have a shield. Kesney dropped his shield here. So they could work together. It could go either way. Nexus takes some shots at the West Church, but doesn't connect. Something funny. Ooh, Sarge Maze takes out Nexus.
Yeah, it's another double peek there. Got to make sure you're rotating after you take shots. I'm saying that from experience, because I've been killed on double peeks more times than I can count.
Sarge Maze catches the shield, but not enough to kill him. Unfortunately, you fired at the window first, giving up his position.
White Fang has his laser directed at Sarge, though. He doesn't see him.
Not yet, but he's about to see him now. He's taking fire. Sarge Maze is running out in the open. He should be running to cover, not away from it.
Oh, White Fang is missing. No!
He makes it.
Oh, wow.
Sarge Maze is on the attack. Here he comes. He's coming over the hill. Deuce opts to drop his shield. Probably a good move, but it wasn't enough here. He gets taken out by Sarge Maze. Really insane move from Sarge Maze. Does pay off, though. And just like that, they have White House, and I think this one's going to be a Gamefist win. 3 players up, 1 Pandamonium, last sniper. We'll see how White Fang reacts to this. But with only 1 player left, they can just stay tucked. They can watch their tight angles, and they're just going to get you when you're forced to rotate with a minute left.
This is the downside of having a sniper on Marsoc. I mean, they can really help you out, but if everyone else gets wiped, then it's tough for somebody with a sniper rifle to take it.
Unfortunately, for snipers, I'd say the best move is probably to try and finish it with kills. But when a team knows this and they, try to work around it by staying tucked, it's just not going to work out.
Nope.
That's why Mike Crook in pub lobbies just changes his name so people don't just hide and stay tight.
But then they can smell the beard over the internet, and they just know it's him.
Yeah, and he just drops after like 20 minutes, so it's him. White Fang, you gotta make a move. You gotta make a move. Especially when they knew where you were sniping from too, so.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I don't have the comments up for the video, so if anyone said anything, I haven't seen it whatsoever. Sorry.
I've had it up the whole time. There's no chat.
Okay, cool. I mean, cool? Cool. Who put this building here? White Fang repositions to the south bungalow here. 25 seconds left on the clock. He's just going to go for a cap. Interestingly, only 1 player is going to get vision on him most likely, unless White House peeks out.
Oh my god. If he gets this...
I think he got seen. Blizzard's going to just pop around this corner and shoot him in the face.
Oh, well.
Good try, though. He got really close.
I couldn't believe how far he ran in that distance.
Right?
Or that time span.
They
Uh,
they all were positioned for him being over there in the south, I guess. That's the power of, repositioning.
Looks like Android Goat in the chat now.
Right. Yeah, so if he just if he checked that corner really fast and then capped really fast, the enemy team couldn't do anything about it. Unfortunately for Pandas too, they were the Marsoc first round too, so they need to get a Marsoc win. Otherwise, you're gonna lose this series.
It's not uncommon for Downfall to become a battle of defenses. It's just, I think in general, it's not just true for Onward, but for a lot of competitive games. Offense is the harder game to play, just because you can't sit back on your laurels. You can't just wait for the other person to attack.
Right. And interestingly, in real life, they often have like 2, 3, or even more times the amount of men, attacking a position in any like age, where they just have more people because attacking is just so much harder to attack an entrenched position.
Yeah, can you imagine some military is like, yeah, we're only going to send in 5 guys.
These are special forces. Oh, we do have quick spawn. Nexus immediately goes out to check, and they catches it just in time as they were not crouching. This will be an interesting one.
Reinhardt saying he needs 4 gun stocks.
Yeah.
I would need that, but
Gamefist has decided to bunker up in that brothel building. 4 players still there. 1 has made the cross, but the rest have not.
so they have stacked in the spawn building. That's interesting. 1 person on the White Tower, but that's about it.
Ooh, Sarge Maze gets a snipe on Reinhardt straight in the window. Yeah, you can't be staring out too long in one spot in the windows. You get too cozy, you'll get taken out by a sniper.
Windows are bullet funnels. Always remember that.
Yeah, and just against higher level teams, when you get up there on Downfall, they're most likely going to have a sniper. So you just got to play really carefully. That said, Pandas could still take this. They still have 4 players up. They know pretty much where most of the enemy players are. And they have some strong positions to catch them out. Gamefist is doing a great job of being really careful on their pushes. They know someone's probably going to be in Center Hotel, maybe even 2. So you're playing it safe here.
Yeah, once again, I think a policy of shooting into smoke here would be beneficial. Especially the smoke was moving.
Right. They are waiting for him to come just right around this corner, though. So it's going to be tough. Drunk King says he's going to cross, and I think we'll see his death here.
Yeah, there's no way they're safe. They gave away their position, and they don't have any more smokes, as far as I know.
He's hyping it up. Here he goes. And he is down. Blizzard was too slow on the cover fire there. I wanted to see more fire. And all over, hit all the windows.
Yeah, good call, Drunk Kings. He just said, "Don't revive me."
I've got no smoke over here.
Oh, they don't have smoke. Okay, so thankfully they do have some people ranging out. They have 1 player in helicopter 2-story. He's looking out, trying to get some picks on Center Hotel. And they have 1 player who's going all the way around to Marsoc. I don't think the Pandas are expecting this. So he could do some damage or get into a really advantageous position if they're not careful.
Looks like the Dyslexic Dazzler also in the chat.
Sarge Mace gets taken out by White Fang from the dark room. You got to be really careful. There's once you get to too far forward, you're going to be exposed to one or possibly two windows, even if you're prone. So this west approach can be really tough to do. That would have been a perfect time for Blizzard to support him with some cover fire. Got that big gun. We don't see that. He might get a pick here. But they just miss each other. Tormentor takes out Kesney.
Oof.
As I was talking about, he has that advantageous position. And now they have enemies on both sides, so it's going to make it a bit easier for the Marsoc team to push up.
I don't think I got him.
Yeah, I wonder when. Who is this that's down?
Drunk Kings, yeah. I wonder if there's going to be a res attempt.
Well, he might bleed out. He's been down for a while.
Yeah, it's going to have to happen soon. Drunk Kings has had some really great callouts helping Blizzard stay safe and also attempt to get some kills. Panda is down to 3. But they're pretty tucked in here now.
Minute and a half left. They're going to have to step on the gas here.
I want to see Tormentor push. Push for the objective. Go behind.
He is in the best position because he can rotate out from Marsoc and then go through the valley and pretty much just descend on the objective from there. White Fang is not positioned to stop somebody capping from the back door. Looks like he might be doing something like that. Yep, he's rotating to the valley now.
Yeah, at a certain point, you just have to decide. Going from the supporting player to the offensive player, and everyone reposition their roles. Especially in Downfall, it's just so important because sometimes they just have a really strong defense in a particular area. So they're making the right play here. That said, they only have less than a minute to execute. So this will still be tough.
Tormentor is sprinting to the back door of the objective. Nobody is seeing him. Oh my goodness, this might be a cap.
Yeah, I got eyes on. Tormentor's running in.
Oh no, it's going to be a cap.
Pad out. He drops the pad. He throws a frag out. He expects people to be running in. He grabs his... Come on. Come on, Butterfingers. Let's go. Let's get that cap. Code is being input. They heard the grenade. Nexus takes out Stitch, but no one is paying attention to this cap.
Nope, this is going to be game right here. If he can put the code in. He's got 10 seconds.
And there we go. I don't think they were aware of that.
Yeah, I don't think they knew they could cap from that position.
Oof. And just like that, Gamefist takes the series and the map.
I thought they were going to lose that round, too.
Me too, but that's the power of the cap. It can turn almost unwinnable situations to your favor.
Yeah, they need to rotate their defenders and make sure somebody is watching that back end because the entire south was open there. That's just, not great positioning. So, but that's the purpose of a scrim. Again, so you can just figure these things out when it doesn't matter.
Right. This next objective, although we won't be playing it, you can also cap from inside the building. So that's something to keep in mind for newer players. That some objectives have some pretty sneaky caps you can do. Downfall, it's pretty well known for having quite a few of them. That one and this one, and you got to be careful. You got to cover all the angles. But that's what scrims are for, right?
Yep, exactly. Make your mistakes now. All right. Well, looks like everybody left, so we're not getting a bonus map out of this.
Right. All right. So, thanks for tuning in, everyone who did. This has been a scrim between Gamefist and Pandamonium. Gamefist took the map and the series, but it was a close game. We saw points going each way. I think Pandamonium could have won this map too if they had an eye on that cap. But a very enjoyable games to watch for sure. Anyways, this has been Mono, and I've had my co-caster Theta.
Yo.
And that will be that. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, later, everybody.
And we're good.